Hello friends, and welcome to another video staged here in my driveway today. Today we are continuing our discussion for the intro class of container searches, but this information is also relevant to those of you who are competing at higher levels, and I'll talk about that here in a second. This exercise is what I call proofing off boxes, and it is the introduction to a novice container search. In AKC, a novice container search has 2 rows of 5 boxes. In a real search, all of the boxes would be identical, but we're working with what we have today. So this is kind of half of that search and how we build up to that. Hopefully by this point you've been able to transfer your indication from the odor obedience box to a flat cardboard box, and you're working on that with your dog. And hopefully you've also done a little bit of discrimination with that. So now it's time to actually do some searching. So we're going to talk about a couple of procedures for when we're really working on searching with our dogs. First of all, to set this up, you need about 5 cardboard boxes. You also need some way to designate both a start line and a finish line. Those become important. If you don't have cones or dots or something, you can just use a crack in the cement or a line in your tile. Anything works, just so that you physically have a barrier that you know when you cross. I have marked my hot box today with red X's so that we know which one it is when we're searching. And that might be helpful to you at the beginning as well, so that you know when your dog should be getting into odor and should be anticipating the indication. The first step that we work on with this exercise is working on the working on the start line. So you'll always have a start line in competition. There will always be a designated point that your dog has to cross in order for time to start for you to start your search. So this is the time when we start working on that start line routine. For a lot of people, that is going to involve some sort of mental or physical connection that they establish with their dog before the search starts. Oftentimes you'll see people move a leash from a flat collar to a harness. You may ask your dog to sit or make eye contact. You may ask your dog to do a touch or a chin or something that you know that you and your dog have a connection and you're ready to work as a team. Some people also just see the line in the ground and start running. They don't really need that mental preparation, but a lot of people do. So now is kind of your opportunity to start playing with that and seeing what works for your dog. So you'll start at your start line, and whatever you're going to do with your dog, you always want to make sure that your dog is facing the right direction so that they have a clear field of vision of what's going on with them. And you'll give your dog your search command. Search, find it, whatever that's going to be. That's the thing that you've established that says it's time for us to go. And then you're just going to walk the line, and hopefully your dog will show some interest in the boxes. If they indicate on the right box, give them a treat, click and reward. If they don't, and you get to the end of the line, you get to the finish line, look at your dog, tell them good dog, and then just turn around and keep searching. Okay? If you get to the end and you still don't have a nice indication, when you get back to this line again, tell them, good dog. Maybe even give them a little treat. You're encouraging them to keep searching. Reset, take a deep breath mentally, and try it again. I think it's important to do 2 things while you search this. The first is I want you to be reinforcing and rewarding to your dog. We need to establish that the act of searching is something that gets rewarded in scent work. It's not just the act of indicating. So this is a new and more challenging concept to the dog. We want to make sure that they know that they're on the right path, and we can do that by using some verbal praise or even a treat if we feel like they're getting frustrated, to kind of keep their energy, keep their motivation level up. The second thing you need to work on here is your pacing. You will find that you probably are going to be walking too fast. You're probably going at what you think is your normal leash pace with your dog, but that's probably not their sniffing pace, at least not originally. So we want to be able to work on that pacing as well. We can do that by running this exercise both off leash and on leash. So that's an important thing to be able to do. When your dog chooses the right box, give a click and reward, give a big party. You want them to feel like they've hit a jackpot, that they've hit a bingo, that this is the right answer for them to do. And don't forget that after you do a couple repetitions of this, move your boxes around too. They will absolutely know that it's the fourth box in the line by the second or third time that you've done this. Some dogs, it only takes one trial. So be continually moving your boxes as well. So let me kind of show you that again, and then we'll look at it with a dog. All right? So we have our start line. We do our start line routine. We're going to tell our dogs to search, and then we walk, we walk, we walk. Maybe we don't get an indication, but our dog is interested in the box. We come back, we turn around, say, good dog, let's search again, and then hopefully here we get that beautiful indication and a big party, okay? So it's very simple. If you are an upper level competitor, one way that you can make this more suitable to your level is to throw some distractions in those blank boxes. Throw some food or toy distractions in there and make your dogs work through that problem. So that's kind of scalable to the upper levels as well. But let me show you what this looks like, and let's go from there. All right, so we're going to start this with our start line routine. And for me, it's very simple. It's very verbal, but Bentley also knows what his job is. Let's see what we get. Bentley, ready? We find it. Search. Yes, good boy. Okay. Let's try it from this side now. It's a different search from the other side, so we don't have to reset our boxes. Bentley, ready? We find it. Search. Yes, good boy. Okay, to summarize just how this should go, walk down the line, hope for an indication. You can always flip and start at the other side of the cones, come back the other way. That helps you with your resetting. And then what you really want to be able to observe here is the change of behavior of your dog. When the dog's walking down the line of 5 boxes, is there more interest in the hot boxes versus the cold box? Is there a change of behavior as they approach that box? Do they speed up, slow down? Do they sniff really intently and then stop sniffing? What do their ears and tails do? Look for their changes in their body language. Those are really important things to do. If you're feeling really confident at 5 boxes, you can make this harder in 2 ways. The first way is to double the number of boxes that you have. Get a second row of 5 boxes. It'll go parallel, and then you can work on walking up and down both lines. That's essentially a novice level container search for AKC. The other thing that you can do is, if you have a practice partner at home, you can have that person set the box down for you. If all of your boxes are identical, you have now a blind search, and that's really the best way to be able to tell, did my dog get this concept or not? Just be sure that your practice partner knows which is the right box, because of course we don't want to click and reward on the wrong box. And the word that we use when we find the right box is alert. Alert is the word that signals to the judge, hey, my dog has found this thing. After you say alert and that alert is confirmed with either a yes or a no, that's the point at which you would reward your dog. All right. So that is what this exercise looks like. There is a PDF attached to this email that's going to have more of the rules and instructions for this. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.